Hey, welcome back to another episode of The Follow-Up. I'm Eden, this is my dad Noah, and every week we sit on my bed and have a conversation about something we want to talk about. This week, we're going to talk about the cover story of the Week Junior a few weeks ago. Kids Speak Out. The results of our annual survey reveal what's on the minds of young people across America.
Oftentimes we will take I shouldn't say oftentimes, but sometimes we'll take a story from the Week Junior and see what you think about it, what I think about it, what I might have thought about it as a kid. But this is about we want to know what young people care about around the world.
Yeah.
So I'm going to read you their questions, and then they have breakdowns of percentages and other items. But I'm going to ask you your thoughts on these. So the first question is, you're paying attention to what's going on in the world. How often do you hear about current news? The options were never, once a month or less, once every few weeks, once a week, once every few days, or every day.
Every day.
And how are you hearing about that every day?
Through the news mostly, or from you and Mom.
Well,
Yeah.
you say through the news.
Well, we watch the news.
Watching the news. Okay, the TV news.
TV.
Got it. Okay. In your opinion, you hear about the news not enough, too much, just enough?
I would say just enough. I know what's going on, but I'm not constantly watching it. Just in the morning.
Sometimes I feel like it's too much.
But it is too much sometimes. It depends. If it's like a lot of like heavy stuff, it's sometimes too much.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's just enough.
Mm-hmm. Just enough to know what's happening.
Yeah.
What would you consider heavy stuff?
Things going on in the world, like war, stuff like that. Things that aren't happy.
Things that are not happy.
No, which is most of the
We
news.
talk about using your vocabulary. Things that are not happy.
Pleasant.
Unpleasant news. So death, destruction,
Yeah.
war. Okay. Understandable. How often do you talk about the news with other people? So let's take Mom and me out of this equation. Once a month or less, never. Once every few weeks, once a week, at least every few days.
At least every few days. Like with my friends at school. Sometimes in the morning, throughout the day.
It just comes up?
Yeah.
Oftentimes political news?
Yeah.
Okay. And how does it come up usually?
Will someone say, "Oh, did you hear this?"
Got it.
Yeah.
And then does it lead to a discussion or just more about what you've heard, the facts or the supposed facts?
Both.
Oh. All right. I'm glad you guys are discussing it a bit. Okay. What are your top sources for current news? And they have 9 choices here, and it says family, school, TV, friends, YouTube, social media, online sources or websites, radio or podcast, newspaper or magazine. So I want you to put these in order here.
Okay.
Top sources for current news.
I would go family is like I hear from you and Mom. Then TV.
Mm-hmm.
Then I would go newspaper or magazines.
Like the Week Junior.
Like the Week Junior.
Mm-hmm.
4, I would go friends.
Okay.
5, online sources or websites. 6, school. But then I don't really listen to podcasts or the radio, social media, or YouTube.
Okay. So when you say online sources or websites, what are you going to? How are you using those websites to find out about news?
I mean, I don't really use them that much, but if someone sends me a link or New York Times.
Oh, something that I might send you?
Yeah.
Okay. What about in school? Because school, you're talking about it, okay, maybe with friends or what's going on, but online sources and websites in school, are you using those websites for school work? And you might be finding out news that way?
Not too much. I guess it would really be like history. But in history, you were learning about ancient times. So,
okay. So not as much.
No.
Okay. Do you ever just go on a website and just look at news?
Not really.
Oh, okay. So there's a pretty large gap between family, TV, the week junior, essentially, friends, and then online sources in
Yeah.
school. Okay. All right. What do you think about the reliability of your news sources? It says many of you have questions about finding information you can trust. So you can just say yes or no here.
Yes.
Okay. You wish you could learn more about how to tell whether news sources are reliable.
Sure.
Okay. Think you get your news from reliable sources.
Yeah.
Think it's getting harder to tell which news sources are reliable or unreliable.
Yeah, definitely.
How so?
Well, especially from even people high up in the government, fake news is getting spread around, and it's even hard to tell what's reliable. And sources, a lot of websites, especially with AI, you can make things look really real. So.
And maybe if you're searching something on Google, just the top choices that come up, you just don't know if those are legitimate sources yet or not. Okay.
But I know some ways to spot.
Are you aware of biases in the media?
Yeah.
Sometimes do you have trouble figuring out whether a news source or story is reliable?
Sure.
Yeah, that seems like it's a redundant question. Okay. Feel that you can tell when a news source is reliable? Sometimes?
Yeah.
Okay. Have disagreed with others about whether a news source or story is reliable?
I think so. Like, I
Probably.
don't really, probably, yeah.
Probably. Okay. How do you feel when you hear about the news? You told us how you're affected when you find out about current events. So which ones would you would rank these in order, okay? So concerned about the future, curious to learn more about what's happening in the world, confident that you know what's happening in the world, inspired to take action to make a difference, hopeful about the future. So when you hear the news...
I can't rank them because I feel like it really depends on the story. Because sometimes in a whole hour of the news, you can feel every single one of those.
Understandable. Yep. So let's talk about maybe the top stories every day.
The top story, you're usually like...
The top 3 stories every day.
Usually it's like pink, which is concerned about the future.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes it's green, which is curious to learn more.
Mm-hmm.
Usually you're not inspired till like the second hour. That's when they like towards the end of like the inspiring stories. I feel like confident. It depends if something good happened.
Okay.
But I feel like it's probably mostly the top 2.
Okay, it's concerned about the future, curious to learn more about what's happening. Yeah. So inspired to take action. I understand that a lot of those inspirational stories.
No, that's not like inspired to take action. I know that, but like I meant like hopeful, confident, like
confident that you know what's happening. But I just do want to point out that to be inspired to make a difference,
yes,
you can
be inspired.
You can be inspired by
any story. I know that.
Right. So like a tornado or hurricane, you can be inspired to help out a family, things like that. Yeah, it doesn't always have to come from like the Steve Hartman story.
I know that.
Okay. All right, 2 more things here. What do you do when you hear about difficult or upsetting news? So why don't you read these out and say what you do?
Talk about it with family or friends. Yeah. Think about how you can help. Sure. Listen to / read about good news or something else that makes you feel better. I just read normally, like not usually about after that. Nothing. You don't feel like there's much you can do. I mean, sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Ask teachers to talk about it in school. No. Try to raise money, donate supplies, or contribute in other ways? Sure. I just donate them, but like I don't do that.
Well, we do that with the Giving Circle.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
true.
we do that through synagogue, and we have volunteer events.
Write letters to elected officials to let them know how you feel. No. Do something else? Sure.
What's that something else?
It just says do something else, like in general.
No, I think...
Oh, I don't know, then not really.
Okay. All right. Finally, if you could tell the adults of the world one thing, what would it be?
That's hard. I would maybe say something about how all of their actions affect the world for the future, So, to like keep that in mind.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, book time?
Mm-hmm.
All right, this week I have The Westing Game. Who's it by? By Ellen Raskin. This is a great mystery, and it keeps you hooked till the end. It is a little confusing, so I would recommend it for, I would say, 10 and up. But it's a great mystery and about a bizarre chain of events that happened in this kind of bizarre building. And
So it's confusing, like you need to read it maybe twice to
like you
understand all of it?
You need to read it closely, but it's not just like an easy read. Like you got to pay attention. It's not a good book to read when you're half falling asleep.
Okay.
Yes.
Has she written anything else that you've read?
No.
Okay. When did you read this book?
I read this book 5th grade.
Okay.
Last year.
Have you read it again recently?
No, I have not.
Oh. So maybe you will.
Maybe I will.
Oh, all right. The Westing
Westing
Game.
Game, Ellen Raskin. Great book.
Okay. I love you.
Love you.